Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome to my channel, Cherished Memories Crochet. And if this is your first time here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet my Sunny Sunflower Granny Square. This one I did with the Fleck yarn. I did a light brown, kind of like an off-white, and here's a little darker, like maybe a beige. And then I did one, the center's a little bit darker, and the actual granny square is white, and I used a bright yellow for the leaves. So we'll go ahead and get started. I used a 5mm hook, and they ended up being about 5 inches wide. So I've already got my yarn attached, and we're going to chain 4. You can also use the magic circle, and I will put a link to how to make the magic circle easy in the description box. And after you do your chain 4, we're going to slip stitch into that first chain there, just like that. Now we're going to chain 3, and this acts as our first double crochet. Now we're going to go right back in that hole here, and we're going to do 11 more double crochets. So then you're going to have a total, counting this chain 3, you will have a total of 12 double crochets. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you here at the end of the circle. Okay, I've got all 12 of mine, and I forgot to mention I'm using a number 4 weight yarn, and the white yarn is mainstays, and all the rest of the yarn I used is Red Heart. Okay, so now when you have all 12 of your double crochets, we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, just like that. So now we're going to start row 2. We're going to chain 3, and that acts as our first double crochet. Now we're going to go right back in that same hole. Sometimes it's hard to find. And we're going to do another double crochet. So counting the chain 3, you're going to have 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And in the next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochets. And that's what you're going to do this whole round, is you're going to put 2 double crochets in each stitch. And at the end of the round, you will have 24 double crochets. Oops. So go ahead and continue that, and I will meet you at the end of the round. Okay, I'm at the end of row 2. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. Now we're going to chain 1, fasten off, and this is what we should have so far. So now we're going to get our yellow, and you can attach it to the top of any double crochet. And attach it the way you're more feel more comfortable with. This is how I do mine. Okay. Now I'm going to insert my hook to the top of that double crochet. I'm going to pull up a loop. I'm going to chain 4. Whoops, stuck there. Okay, so now we're going to do 3 triple crochets. And for those that don't know how to do that, you're going to yarn over 2 times, insert your hook in that same space, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we're going to have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, and go through the last 2, just like that. So now we need 2 more. So you're going to yarn over 2 times, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, We've got 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, go through the last 2. And one more time, yarn over 2 times. Oh, well, let me get my tail out of here. Okay, yarn over 2 times, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over and go through the last 2. So now we've got a chain 4 and we've got 3 of the triple crochets, 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to chain 4 more, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to go over to the next stitch and we're going to do a slip stitch. Just like that. And now you're going to go over to the next stitch and do a slip stitch. And we're going to do that all over. We're going to chain 4. And then we're going to do 3 of the triple crochets. Go through the first 2, second 2, and last 2. Yarn over 2 times, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, go through the second 2, and the last 2. And now we need one more. Yarn over 2 times, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, and go through the last 2. And now you're going to do that chain 4, and you're going to go do a slip stitch in the next stitch. And then you're going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch, and that's where you're going to start a new petal. So what we have here is we have our chain 4, we have our 3 triple crochets, then we did a chain 4 and we went in the very next stitch and did a slip stitch. Then we went into the next stitch, did a slip stitch, and did your chain 4 and 3 triple crochets, and then we did a chain 4 and did a slip stitch into the next stitch, and now you're going to slip stitch into this stitch and you're going to start the petal again, and go ahead and do that, and at the end of the row you should have 12 petals, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. I have 12 petals, and I just did my last chain 4, and I've got one more stitch right there. We're just going to do that slip stitch right there. Okay, so now we're going to start chain 2 of the petals. We're going to chain 4. Okay, after you chain 4, we're going to come over here. Here's this chain 4 where we slip stitched it, and here's this one here. We're going to go, here's the right side of the slip stitch and the left side, and it really doesn't matter which side. I always just try to go in, if you're, well, I don't know if I had you out of focus. If you go in the right side, keep going in the right side, and the same for the left. If you choose the left side, keep going in the left side. But if you can see, here's our first petal, and here's where we just slip stitch, and there's our chain 4. And here's where we did the chain 4 and slip stitched into the next stitch and did a chain 4. You're going to go in either side right there. So you're going to go to the right side of this first slip stitch, or you're going to go in between the 2 slip stitches right here on the left. And that's where I go. And you're going to be working in front of the petals. I usually, when I do 3D flowers, when I do the chains, I work on the other side, but I found this to be a lot easier. So now you're going to, after you slip stitch, you're going to chain 4 more, and you're going to cross over here. You're going to skip over this chain 4 and these 3 triple crochets, and right here are the 2 chain 4s again. And I'm going to go right here to the left, and you're going to go ahead and do this all the way around. and you're going to have 12 sets of chain 4s, and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm at the end. So I just did my last chain 4. We're just going to skip over this whole petal, and right here is where we did our slip stitch of the first row of the, well, this would be our last slip stitch of row 1. We're just going to go ahead and do a slip stitch right in there. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 for your work. I'm going to fasten off, just like that. Okay, so there's all your chain 4s. We need to get them behind the petals. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take your petal and push it underneath the chain 4. And so now the chain 4 is behind the petal. So go ahead and continue that until you have all 12 of your petals underneath those chain 4s, where your chain 4s are behind the petals. See, that's what it should look like. Go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you when I have all mine done. Okay, I've got all my chains behind my petals, and this is what we should have so far. Okay, I'm going to do my granny square in an off-white. You can do whatever color you want, and we're going to be working behind the petals, and attach your yarn to any chain 4 space, doesn't matter which. Okay, I'm going to insert my hook and pull up a loop. I'm going to chain 3, and that acts as our first double crochet, and this will be our first corner. So I'm going to do 2 more double crochets. So counting that chain 3, I have 3 double crochets. Now I'm going to chain 2 times, and I'm going to go back in that same space, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, and 1 more. So that's 3. So what we have so far, we've got the chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets, and that's our first corner. So now we're going to skip over to the next chain 4 space, and we're going to do 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 1 more. That's 3. Now we're going to skip over to the next chain 4 space, and we're going to do 3 more half double crochets. So that's what you're going to do for this round. You're going to do your corner, which is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and in the next 2 chain 4 spaces, you're going to do 3 half double crochets in each one. And just go ahead and continue that. I'll do the next corner with you. 3 double crochets. Well, slipping on me here. 3 double crochets, a chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in the same space. And this is our second corner. And in the next 2 chain 4 spaces, you'll do 3 half doubles in each one. So this is what it will look like so far. Here's your first corner, and here's your second corner. And go ahead and continue that same pattern all the way around, and I'll meet you here at the end of the round. Okay, I'm at the end. When we get to the end, we're going to slip stitch into that first chain 3 we did, just like that. Now we're going to chain 3. That acts as a double crochet, and we're going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. This is row 2 of our granny square part. Okay, so now we have the chain 3 and 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, and now we're at the corner. So we're going to go ahead and do 3 double crochets. And now we'll do a chain 2. Let's see, okay, I've got 3. And I'm going to do 3 more in that same corner there. Just like that. That's what we should have. Now we're going to work our way across, and we're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch. So you're going to go ahead and go next 12 stitches and do a double crochet on it, and you will have a total of 15 double crochets, counting these 3 here in the corner and then the first 3 in the corner. So you'll have 15 across on this side. So go ahead and do that, and when you get to the corner, well, this hook is just really slippery. When you get to the corner, you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets, and you're going to continue 1 double crochet in each stitch on each side, and go ahead and continue that to the end of the row, and I'll meet you here. Okay, I'm at the end. When you get to the end, we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, just like that. And now you can go ahead and continue other rows. Just go ahead and start how we started row 2, chain 3, and then just 1 double crochet in each stitch until you get to the corners, and 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets in each corner, as many rows as you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and chain 1 and cut off. Oops. And you're going to have to straighten out your petals a little bit. And there it is. Isn't it cute? I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed making my 3D sunny sunflower. And until next time, God bless and happy crocheting. Bye-bye.